This is our day 8 on learning Cypress with JavaScript. Okay, and today, as we are learning programming as of now, we'll talk about arrays and how it works in JavaScript code. So, first of all, what is array? And for your reference, you can follow this to websites. I have already shared this websites, javascripttutorial.net and javascript.info. Both websites are good. Okay. For a reference, I'm taking some, code from here, but basically we will do all the practical. Okay. So let's understand first what is array. Okay. And why it is required. This is required, right? So what is the problem? The thing is, earlier we used to, so let's say there is a situation. You want to store roll numbers of 10 students, right? 10 students, right? So if you want to do this thing, and if you will keep every roll number in a particular variable, probably you will do it like this. Let's say roll underscore student 1 is equals to 101. Let's say the roll number is 101. And then there will be 10 students, correct? Something like this. Something like this. So this will be student 2, student 3, student 4, student 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's say there are 10 students, and there will be different roll number for them, correct? So this may be 103. It may be not in the same order, right? It can be anything, right? And I am putting some random roll numbers here as of now. So let's understand there are 10 students and you are putting the roll numbers for them. Okay. So the problem with this kind of program is you can write it. You can write it. You want to store it. Okay, it's fine. But the problem is it will be difficult to trace, what was the roll number of a particular student, right? Moreover, the number of lines of code is more. Let's say if there are 1,000 students, will you make 1,000 variables, right? It will be difficult to manage. Another thing is if I want to trace, I want to print all the students' roll number, right? It will be difficult. So what I'm saying is I'll show you the real pain here. Okay, let's create a new program. So if somebody is joining from today, let's understand we are using VS Code as the editor, and Node.js you have to install if you want to work with execution of JavaScript code. Okay, wait. Okay, let's create a new program today. So I'll click it here and I'll say 08 arrays demo.js, and here I'm writing the program .js because we want to create JavaScript code. So you have to store it in .js format. Okay. And what I was saying is, if I declare like this, there are these many variables, right? And if I want to print it, right? So what I will do, I'll say console.log and the bracket, then these many variables, right? I have to remember, let's say if I want to print the 10 student roll number, I'll do this like this. And then I have to, sorry, Then I have to print another student roll number, right? So I have to remember every variable name, right? It's difficult. It's difficult. And moreover, it's not manageable, right? Though it will work. So let's understand when there are 10,000 students, will you declare 10,000 variables, different variables? It's difficult. It's near impossible to maintain that kind of code. Okay. Though this program will work, but it is not looking good. It's not looking good, right? What I did is I have declared these many variables. Let roll number student one is equals to 101 and this is equals to 103. And then I'm just printing 8th student and 10 students, student number 10, roll number. So if I'll run this, I'll say note um, 08, it's number program. I'm able to print. It's printing me the roll numbers of that particular student, let's say. That's fine. But there is a pain. That's why array was invented. So instead of doing this, what array says it, you can store the values in sequential way. Sequential way. Okay. In a single variable. It's possible. Why we use arrays? We can store the values in sequential way in a single variable, right? So instead of writing these things, we'll simply say let roll numbers is equals to, in the bracket, you can put all these values. So we can say 101, comma 103, comma, and so on. It's like this. In a single line, you can do this thing. In a single line, you can perform this. And there are some other ways also. This is the simplest way of declaring the array. There are other ways also. I'll show those things now. Okay. So let's see this thing first. How to declare, how to create arrays. One of the way is you can say let a particular variable is equals to new array. It's fine. You can do it in this way, right? And as of now, this scores is not having any value. So it's an empty array. It's an empty array. So let's say I want to store the values of scores done by 11 players for a match, right? So what we can do, forget about this student thing. Somewhere I'll explain you again these things, but something similar I'm going to do. So what we can do is we can say let score is equals to new array, or you can say there are 11 values which I want to put, right? You can say I want to put 11 values, okay? Or you can do it in this way also. That is also fine. So when you're declaring it, then in there put all the scores. That is also fine. Okay. So that is also fine that you put those things. It's not like 10 values. It's like one value only. Sorry. My bad. But I'll show you. Just a minute. I'll show you how it will work. So this is one example where you're saying you want to initialize the size 3. Then if you want to put multiple values, or you can put single value also with this. That is also fine. But I want to show you how to add values. Just a minute. Just a minute. That example we will see later on. Okay. You can do actually push. There is a function called push to add the values. So let me show you right now. I can say scores dot push, right? So I'll add one value. So let's say the score of first player is 12. Okay. And then again, you can say scores dot push another value. Another value is, let's say, 23. And let's print as of now the array console.log scores. Okay, will it print me something? Let's see. So I'll clear out this thing and I will check it. So it's showing me that there are some empty items also, and there is uh, 12 and 13, 23 value it is showing me. Okay, so 12 and 23 are new items. Okay, not in in the 11 items, right? So don't use these way of declaring the array, right? I'll show you the simplest way of doing it. Okay. Yeah, 11 is the size of the array. 11 is the size of the array. But don't use it. Don't use it. Okay. There are other ways also to declare the arrays. So we will use those things. Okay. It's better to create empty array. Okay. Because the problem is when you declare the size, if you are not filling the values, right? If you are not filling the values, it will create, empty spaces. So that is not a good utilization of memory. Okay. Let me write it in this way. So generally, um, this rectangular brackets we use for putting the values in a particular index. I'll tell you what is index. Give me 1 minute. Okay. So let's understand. This is a proper way. This is a proper way. Don't use push method as of now, right? So I'll explain what is array. Let me give one example. So what is happening when you declare something like this in the background? Let's understand that part first. So we are declaring it like this. What happens in the background is it creates a memory space, okay, and it creates 11 boxes, okay, single box, and that inside that it is like dividing it into 11 equal parts, okay, when you declare it like this. And these memory locations are subsequent. Subsequent means it is one after another. Okay. It is one after another. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, one more, something like this. And then every value, every place has one address, or through index we will identify it, right? So let me show you in a better way. So 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, this will be 5, 6. In any programming language, it's same. The array concept is same. Okay, 9 and 10. So there are 10 places one by one. If I want to fill the value here, if I want to fill a value at this particular place here, right? I want to fill a value here. Let's say I want to put here 13. Okay. So how to do that? I will say scores in the bracket 5 is equals to 30. Okay. So what we are doing? We are assigning 13 to the score 5, means at the fifth index. These are called indexes, index, okay, or the position or subscript. But use the word index, it is better. It's a technical word, index. So score of 5 is will be 13, and index starts with 0. For an array, always index starts with the 0. So when you say let score is equals to new array 11, what are the things? Let is a keyword which you use for uh, declaring a variable, right? Scores is the name of that array. This is size of the array, and new is the keyword to declare a new array, something like that, right? And array is a keyword you have to use as it is in this way only, okay? So when you do it, let is what? Keyword, keyword to declare, keyword to declare something, okay? Score, score is the array name or variable name. This 11, 11 is the size of the array, and new is the keyword, keyword to create, array. So there are many reserved keywords. Okay, there are a lot of reserved keywords. Let is the keyword, new is the keyword, array is the keyword, right? It is provided by the Java programming, right? So you have to use it as it is. Only the score part is user defined. We are naming it. It's like this, right? Going back to the program, we are doing the same thing. You can fill all these values now. So you can say scores in the bracket to some value, right, is equals to 34. So let's make it 3 values, because otherwise we have to fill all these values. I just want to show you how it is. So let's run this again. So it's showing me 101, 123, 34 in an array. This is how you create the array and you fill the values. Great. You can do it in this way. You read about this theory and all. You can have the array of strings also. You can have array of strings also, something like this. So I'm saying let colors is equals to red, green, blue, right? You can declare it without. So automatically the size will become, 3. The size will be 3. So let me put one more color. So let's say if I say it here yellow, right? And I will say console.log in the bracket, I'll say colors.length. What it will print? It will print 4. It will print me. Just a minute. I'm checking it again. Yeah, it's printing me 4 here. Why? Because there are 4 values present in this array. Same thing. We created numerical array. You can create this kind of string array also. So colors of 0 is, if I want to print a particular value, I can do that. So I'll say console.log. Let's say if I'll say colors in the bracket 1. So what it will print me? Tell me what it will print if I'll say colors 1. This will print green. Yes, because colors 0 is red, colors 1 is green, colors 2 is blue, colors 3 is yellow. So it will print green. It's same as in any other programming language. It's same. Array concept is more or less same. Okay. But referring this, so if you want to create empty array, you just keep the brackets empty. It's like that. Okay, we talked about this already. You can override the values also. So let's say instead of green, right, colors 1, I want to put a new value. So I want to say here, let's say white. Okay, so it's overwritten. Earlier, the colors of one was green. Now I'm saying colors of one should be white. So now if I'll print, it will print me white. I'm running it again. Clear, run this. See here, earlier it is green. Now it is white. Okay, what else? Push and pop, just read it. The thing is, push means adding a new value at the end. Push means adding a new value at the end. So for example, when you will say there is an array, let's say Seas is equals to Black Sea, Caribbean Sea, North Sea, Baltic Sea, and you are adding Red Sea. So what will happen? This Red Sea will be pushed at the end, means added at the end. Push means adding a value. Okay. And unshift is a method which will put the value at the beginning of an array. Okay, that's why. If you want to remove the value from the end, you have to say pop. So automatically this Baltic Sea will be removed. Okay, I'm not going into that. Don't worry about it. This is more complex thing. You don't have to worry about it. But this one is a good example. Let's take this example. Okay, good example. So I'll copy this. I'll put it here. So what we are doing is, we are saying let seas is equals to Black Sea, Caribbean Sea, and all seas, right? There are 4 values. Now I can have this anything. Let's say D. I can put a variable name also, right? Let D is equals to C's dot index of North Sea. So these will exactly tell me where the North Sea is present in this array. What is the index of it? So index of is a function. You can use it like this. The variable name dot index of a particular um, you know value which you want to search in your array, and it will tell me where it is present. Okay. So if I'll run this, see here it's showing me 2 because it is present at 0, 1, 2. C's of 2 is not C. In the same way, there are a lot of other functions, right? So you have to read about it. Okay. There are some other examples also here. And I'll take, if any good example will come, I'll show you. No problem. In the next half, we will do some programmatic stuff now. Okay.